So I got this 2000 New Edge Mustang just to kind of be like a drift beater in between when I get my LS FRS done. So I need some angle. So I think what I'm gonna do is shorten the knuckle up. I think I'm gonna cut it right here, lower it about 1 inch back. And then the wheel almost hits. If I show the angle, that's factory angle. So not really enough for what I'm trying to do. And I know that with the wheel on, the tire is almost like right here. So I'm gonna have to figure out how much I want to extend the lower control arm as well. I was thinking maybe like 2 inches. That'd probably be ideal. 1.5 to 2 inches. That should be fine. And then, like I was saying, just move the pickup point for the tie rod 1 inch back and weld it. Hopefully, that'll give me like 50 degrees of angle, I hope. But I picked this up for 1,500 bucks. I have some videos I want to do this winter time where I kind of think I'm gonna need a car that I don't care about wrecking. So we'll see how it goes. It was a pretty good deal. It has MST wheels, 4-link suspension already done. I just welded the diff. It's already been like kind of gutted, but heat, AC, radio, window motors. Most drift cars don't have that. Oh, I also have max PP poo-poo rod, coilovers. So many cars I buy, they always come on this, but I always buy pretty cheap cars for the most part. So can't really expect more than that. I do know that some people with these SN95s or like the New Edge, every time they do an angle kit, they kind of trim this lower control arm. But everyone I see, it deletes the sway bar, and I really want to keep that as like a suspension tuning like a capability. But so I think I'm just gonna cut it right here, right in front of the sway bar, and then extend it out, I don't know, 2 inches maybe, 3 inches, but we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, pretty much got this knuckle disassembled. I think what I'm gonna do is literally just cut right here, or I guess the first cut will be right here. I'll cut back to right here, it's about 1 inch. And then I'll just move it straight back because I want a positive Ackerman setup. I don't want to be in line with the ball joint. I do want a positive Ackerman setup on this. So I think I'm just going to leave it in the car. I have plenty of, since it's a Mustang, I have plenty of room. I'm not like all cramped. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's literally super like straightforward. Just cut here, move it back, weld it around. The control arm, I think I might also keep on. Obviously, I'll take this off maybe, but I was thinking I could get the best placement and see how far I want it if I'm able just to make a cut here and space it out. And I don't know, like 2 inches, maybe 1 3/4 to 2 inch, and then tack it in and then put a wheel on and see the angle and basically see what I'm working with before I like finalize, like weld it all in fully. But yeah. All right, I got this little sliver cut out about 1 inch. So it should look something like this. I'm gonna tack it in and then see if I like the angle. I'm gonna put a wheel on, see if I'm hitting everything. Then I can go off how much I wanna extend my lower control arm. So, yep, on to the next thing. So I got the knuckle tacked in to where I think it should be. There's a decent bit of angle, more than stock, probably 10 more degrees-ish, maybe more. But the problem is, under full lock, I'm hitting the control arm that way, and on this way, I'm hitting the sway bar. So, we're gonna have to extend the lower control arm, I believe. I don't know if I should extend it here, if that would be easier, just extending both of these, or just plating, like boxing in up here 2 inches further. But yeah, that's how it's going so far. But it's a decent bit more than stock. So far I'm pretty happy. I've only put in maybe an hour's worth of work so far. So nothing crazy, but this is just one side. I still have to do the exact duplicate on the other side. So. All right, so fast forward a little bit. I have the knuckle cut 1 inch back, welded in. I extended the outer tie rod 3 inches, and I also extended the lower control arm 3 inches. So Straighten the wheel out. Have a decent bit of camber. The angle is pretty good, but I'm like hitting up here somewhere. So I took the wheel off on the other side. And because of the amount of camber that extending the lower control arm created, I'm hitting the top of the frame rail. So I just bend that back out of the way. Shouldn't be an issue. It's not rubbing anymore. So I guess if you extend a Mustang control arm 3 inches, you're gonna have a crazy camber. These coilovers have camber adjustment on the top, so maybe I'm able to play with that, but I'm gonna bend that out of the way for just to be careful. And I just relocated this wire harness about 1 inch or 2 over and zip tied it in place. So hopefully I don't run into any rubbing issues on the harness. That would suck, but yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I'm actually really pleased with it. I think it's pretty much the best thing I could do for the amount of money that I have into it. And this is just going to be a beater car for me, so I don't want to go crazy buying an angle kit. But yeah, pretty weird that it's hitting the top of the frame rail. Woo! So angle kit's pretty much all done. I've already did some like testing with it. So far, it's pretty good. I mean, for me just making it, it's pretty decent. I think that's about 55 degrees of angle. All I do is extend the lower control arms out 3 inch, extend the tie rod out 3 inches, and then I cut and weld the knuckle. For the knuckle, I just did like a stock style Ackerman pickup point, or a stock style Ackerman, by keeping the pickup point offset of the ball joint not in line with it, because I believe neutral Ackerman is when the pickup point for the ball joint is in line. Yeah, it came out pretty decent. It has a good amount of angle. I had to clearance the frame rail pinch point or pinch tab, whatever, up there. I had to kind of bend it out of the way of the coilover because it's running so much camber now. But not bad for just being like a beater winter car that I want to make and like enjoy a little bit. I've never had a Mustang before. Granted, it's a V6 one, but it's $1,500. Like, you just can't go wrong. Like, I've had so many 350Zs, and when you get a 350Z, the gauges never fucking work. There's no interior, there's no AC, there's no heat, probably no title. That actually at $1,500, definitely no title. So it's like, versus this has got AC, heat, came with wheels. It was fully like up to date on tags and everything, clean title, no accident history, 4-link in the rear. So it's like, it had a bunch of stuff, new radiator, new water pump, all kinds of stuff. It's actually been maintained. Unlike 350Zs, they get clapped out. So it's just owner after owner after owner after owner, progressively getting more clapped, just getting their absolute cheeks clapped. So yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. Cue a drift video. Bink.